Had a nice glass of water, and it's a hot day today here in Puglia. We'll be leaving tomorrow morning because we're actually on vacation, so we'll be going home. But it was a productive and restful time here, so very grateful. Let's get back to business. Now, I mentioned about creating ultra-realistic paintings, and there's nothing wrong with that. I really admire artists that have that that capacity, that capability as excellent technicians and that patience to do such work. But remember, I learned this from a very important artist that I'll be mentioning as the videos go on. He's a master artist and one of the still living master artists in Italy that I've had the privilege to study with, not with, in a very humble genius that they made a museum of his work in China because he brought Italian painting methods to China for many years, and academies opened up in China, and he's done great work. So he taught me one thing, and after many years of painting, something just finally clicked, that often I would be spending time in copying masters, and which is great, which is great. Trying to get details and to become a master technician and getting all the details down. But you know what? It didn't fit my temperament, my character. So your character, your temperament, can be one of detailed technician, okay? Detailed artist. It doesn't mean that you'll like this loose type of painting because it's not your temperament, it's not your character. And vice versa. A person who loves details may find this method not in conformity with his desires because it has to do with your character. That's why every artwork is unique, because it deals with your character, your heart, the way you think. So you don't have to do things this way. And if you're uncomfortable working and reworking, trying to get details on, try loosening up a little bit, because maybe that may not be your temperament. So I just wanted to share that with you. One of the pearls of wisdom I learned from this master. You can't force style or methodology on your temperament, on your character, because your character is unique. You have to find out what works for you. End of the sermon. Let's get back to this. Now it dried up a little bit, which is good. That's what I like about acrylics. What I want to do now is I'm going to add a little bit of red on this gray right here, okay? Not details, just want to get a little bit of this gray in and just start laying in some of these warmer shapes right there. Just working on shapes again. Not too concerned about details. Get this shape that's right here, that leads into here. I hope you're enjoying these videos. I enjoy making them. Actually, this is my first time, but I'm glad. Let's get some of this right here. Just the overall forms. Okay, we're dealing with forms. See how acrylic covers real quick? You don't have the drying time conditioning of oils, but oils is a different world. And I hope you practice and you try oils. Okay. Now this area should be a little bit darker. Okay, this area should be a little lighter. Remember, we're working with lights and darks. The differences between lights and darks. And that will help bring out forms. Add a little blue. There will come that moment in every painting and every drawing that your mind will start to say, what a mess. Oh, I'm going to just throw everything away. That's it. I'm quitting painting. It's not for me. All those negative thoughts. And it took me many years to really work that through. Because it's once you overcome that period that everything looks messy and you continue to work on it without getting lost in details, slowly it will come, the image will come out. You just have to you have to win over that negative period, that moment that says, that's it, it's garbage, it doesn't look good. No, you just keep continuing. Because the worst that can happen is that mistakes are great teachers. And you probably need to make mistakes. But you also will make some beautiful artwork. So let's get some lights here, just right here, right there, right there. Let's get some lights here, and some lights right up here. You hear the birds chirping here. Keep you company. Beautiful music. When I paint, I usually listen to music. I listen to classical music. I listen to jazz. I listen to everything, actually. So, there we go. Let's just... Remember, the complementary color of reds are greens. So I'm going to use just a little bit of green here. See that? Just put a little bit of green. I know it's hard to see, but to darken up this area right there. Right here. It's still a pink, okay? It's still a red color, but it's a cooler red color. Why? Because I added its complementary color. I'm going to take some green and a little bit of cerulean blue, which is a little warmer, okay? Warmer than warmer than your ultramarine blue. This is warmer. I'm going to put a little bit of yellow. I'm just going to start working on the E shapes right there. Okay, got a dark shape right there. Wish I had some music going on, but we'll just settle and be happy with the music that these chirping creatures, these birds, are singing to us and to themselves. Now, if you love flowers and you like painting flowers, uh, I want to lead you to learn from a master flower painter of the early 1900s. His name is Fantine Latour. Fantine Latour, one of the great masters, French masters of the 1900s. And I've done quite a few flower studies technique, and it's really important to copy works of masters. When you copy works of masters, you learn so many things. In fact, many of these masters learned from other masters. Just like in the Renaissance, they learned from the masters of antique Rome and Greece. So when you have those moments of like, I don't know what to do, I don't know what to paint, what can I do? Copy a master copy, even a simple drawing, anything, because you will learn always something new from something that has been done, and it will help you develop your character, your temperament, your style. Now I need to be careful. I'm not getting hooked up and bogged down on details. I need to get those forms. I need to practice what I preach. Now I'm taking a smaller brush and re-outline, let's say, the form, the shape, to refresh the drawing. Taking just some black and blue and green, just getting some darks. This is, say, quite impressionistic, okay? That's the way I usually work. It's my temperament. Expressionistic, impressionistic, expressionism, modern expressionism, expressionism. Get some. Use your fingers. Like chicken, you can use your fingers. Don't be afraid to use your fingers and to smudge. It gives it personality. Okay, let's step back and observe. Observe